Hello everyone, and welcome to Bob's Garden. I'm Bob. Today I'd like to show off this large planting of annuals that we did. First we took this entire bed and we put compost in it. Following the compost we put mulch on top of that and we planted directly through the mulch. We also staggered large dahlias that will be very large. They're the dinner plate and semi-dinner plate dahlias interspersed throughout this whole planting. We planted those first at the beginning of the month, and because they were, very difficult to see, we would take a pot like this, and here's the dahlias coming up here, right there. And so while we were working, we took these pots and we put it over like this so we wouldn't step on them. That's a nice little trick I'd like to tell you about. So I'll show you some features of these. All these annuals were grown without spraying. They put a little packet of eggs of beneficial insects in here, and they take care of the insects that are harmful to the plants. So starting in the back, our tallest plant is salvia, and we have three different types. We have a light blue, we have a red, and we have a dark color. Stepping down in front of that, we have this verbena here. This verbena gets sprays of pink flowers that come all the way up very tall, and that's followed by cleome, which is white. I want you to notice this color pattern, how we have two types of white. We have a tall white and we have a white that's lower down, and we intersperse that throughout the entire planting. That's a technique in garden design called punctuation. You follow lines of color all the way through this entire bed, so it helps to carry the eye through this planting. Now stepping down, we have this angelonia of different types and colors that pick up on these pinks and the whites and the purples. And then we step down again to this lantana, which gives us our brightest colors in this particular planting. Then following that, we come all the way down to these dahlias here. These dahlias will stay short and they'll complement the large dahlias that come up later. Now you may recognize these petunias that we used in the container if you look at that container video that we have for you. And they would trail down a container, but we could also use them in a planting like this to cover the ground. And they don't need to be deadheaded or anything like that, but we do need to be able to take care of our dahlias here that do fade, and we need to cut these dead flowers off. That's called deadheading. And we come in here and we take care of that. And having these in the front of the border makes it easier to manage this. We'll also have to deadhead some of these as the season goes on, especially at the end of August. Some of these flowers will fade. If we don't deadhead, they'll stop producing. So we can use this garden as a cutting garden. We have it for show, and it's a real attraction to butterflies and hummingbirds. So it has a lot of attributes. I also want to show you all the way down there, you'll see some begonias, that red in there. That's a very shaded area. So we can't plant these types of annuals that need full sun. We also have a shrub in there. That's Clethra alnifolia. It's also called summer sweet. And that shrub has to stay there because the bank was eroding, and it helps to keep the bank together. So I know that this is a lot to do. It took us 2.5 days to do, but it's certainly worthwhile. So thank you for watching Bob's Garden. Please subscribe, share, and comment on my videos, and we'll see you next time. Remember, be curious, not judgmental.